Well, everybody knows about the big three, the corn, beans, and squash. But then there was other things that we had as well. We would go digging for other types of roots and replanted them because we knew that to sustain, there was other things we needed. And it wasn't always out there, so we had to go and look for it. So I found that they did underground and other types of vegetables they would find. And so I know that everybody says three sisters, but there was more. But that big three was our foundation. We could turn that into bread. We could turn that into soups. We could turn it, and we dried it, turned it into other forms. So even though that was the biggest one, those three, it sustained us for all kinds of other things. So we would have it with our fish, have it with our dried meats, have it with our berries, with our apples, all types of things. But that there, we have to make sure that that was always within our grasp, that we dried our corn, we dried our beans and our pumpkins all the time. The three together gave something back to each and one of them. The corn gave off, it was like the foundation, and it was the fountain. Because it grew straight up, it had that, it gave the beans an opportunity to grow up. The beans had nitrogen to give back to the corn. And because the beans were such a delicacy for little animals and stuff, that's why they grew the squash around them. The squash had vines that gave off this scent that kept away the animals so that the beans weren't taken care of. But the squash or pumpkin needed so much water, that's where the corn came in. Their high stalks and big leaves came back to the pumpkin. So they all interacted and worked together. So if you took one away, that one part, they needed that. So that's why they grew together. And they grew together in mounds. And where did we get the concept from the mounds? It was from the women. Everything technically goes back to the woman. How did they carry life? They carried life this way. So when they come upon our villages, they saw all these mounds. And that's how we kept that going, because we saw it in life. So if it housed this, we can transform it back to here. So when we did the three sisters, and people aren't too sure about that, why they grew it together. Now you see massive fields of corn. And then the next year they go with beans, but that they should be grown together. So that's why they're grown together all the time. So today they grow one type of corn. And usually what it is they call it pig corn. Now, I could be wrong, but our people know the difference. And then there's another type of corn that they grow that's mainly that goes into a can. But our people grew flint corn. They grew colorful corn, blue corn, all types of different types of corn. And it was done every year because we don't know what other properties they had. It wasn't just mainly for soup. It was made for bread. It was made for different things. So they would change it up every year. They found out there was over 100 different, and I'm just quoting, 100 different types of corn. And that's all the way up and down North and South America. And we have to give credit to that because all the people that use it, not just Hongwe, but indigenous people throughout the world, utilize it in such a different way. Transform corn into milk, transform the corn where they use the silk, all different types of that. And this two different types of corn they use in agriculture now is only used to feed the pigs or to put into a can. Still good, but it doesn't take away from the fact of our people that had the different types of corn.